Hello Twitch, Artemu here, and today we are continuing Pokemon Gold. Last time, we took down Team Rocket's operations at Goldenrod City once and for all, and made our way to Blackthorn City, the site of our final gym challenge in the Johto region. So this is actually my second attempt at this, because of some network issues totally eating up my previous stream of this session, but hopefully we're gonna have a better job this time. So I did a bit of grinding before our battle against Claire, just to make sure that we have a good time of it here. I'm gonna stock up on a few items, because you can never have enough healing items. So everyone is now level 39 each. We haven't seen a whole lot of changes to our Pokemon's moves lately, except for Jillian learning Barrier, which will be very helpful. But anyway, it's time to enter the Blackthorn Gym. Yo, Champ and Macon! Been a long journey, but we're almost done. Count on me. Claire used the mythical and sacred Dragon-type Pokemon. You can't damage them very easily, but you know, they're supposed to be weak against Ice-type moves. We're going to be fighting a Dragon-type Pokemon in this gym, which will be fairly interesting because Dragon-types have a lot of strengths and weaknesses that make them unique compared to other types of Pokemon. First off, we are facing Dratini. It's a pure Dragon-type Pokemon, one of the weaker ones, but still very cute. The Dratini you face here are not going to be very strong. Their main strategy is to use Thunder Wave to paralyze your Pokemon and just try to eat up turns. Besides that, they are not very strong. So we're gonna go to Jillian here because she's got our only Ice-type attack. And we're just gonna blow these Dragon types away. Oh yeah, that's right, I need to turn animations back on because I turned them off while I did my grinding. So we'll take care of that soon. Also, while I'm here, it'd also be a good idea to teach Jillian another attack. If I go to my TMs, I want to give her Sludge Bomb. I could have taught her this move as soon as we got it, but I didn't think it was necessary at the time. Sludge Bomb is one of the strongest poison attacks in the game, and it's definitely going to be better than Acid. Yeah, it is very good. You'll definitely want to teach that to any poison type that you have on your team, although it's a move that quite a few different Pokemon can learn. Definitely recommend it. It is very powerful, and that poison effect is just very good. Now, for the most part, this gym isn't too bad. Like, the trainers can be a little tricky here, but they are not very different compared to most of the other trainers we face so far. So I want to get Pompeii out of here, because Seadra is a pretty strong water type. May not be a dragon yet, but it still can be challenging. So I forgot to turn my animations back on. Come on. What is wrong with me? Yeah, of course you'd be disgusted. I mean, who plays the game with the battle animations off? Apparently me. So in order to get through this gym, you need to use strength in order to push these rocks into these holes, just like we did in the ice path before. It's not if we all use Dragon-type Pokemon. That's a lie, you like to use dragons like everybody else. I actually really like a lot of the dragon Pokemon. It's definitely up there as one of my favorite types. And just in general, I really like a lot of the dragon-type Pokemon. Like, not counting the legendaries, every generation has introduced just some very good dragons that I definitely recommend using. Like, of course, you got the Dratini line from the earlier generations. The Horsey family are definitely good, too. Ooh, but you also got Flygon, Altaria, Salamence, Garchomp, Druddigon, Axew. Ooh, Dino. And, of course, all the Gen 6 Dragon types, which are all very good. Like Tyrantrum, Noivern, Dragalge, Goodra. Also, the Gen 7 Dragon types are very good. Turtonator, Dwampa, and Kamo. Then, of course, you got all the legendary dragons, which are just very good. Like, Dragon is a popular type for a reason. Because Dragon attacks deal neutral damage to pretty much everything that's not Steel or Fairy, they are very good to have on your teams. And defensively, it resists a lot of types, so definitely very handy. Apparently this guy's the 1%. Good on you, Mite. I'm sorry, Mike. Dragonair here is the evolved form of Dratini. It's not really all that tough. It still has higher stats than Dratini, but it uses a lot of the same strategies. Namely, Thunder Wave. Really did not need to see that. I also have Dragon Rage, which does a set 40 damage. Definitely a good way to get past some of the more defensive Pokemon you might be using. Come on, Pompeii. You got this. Very good. That's odd. I know, right? You actually lost. Let's heal Pompeii up, even though he's not going to be that useful in the gym battle. I just want him to clear out some of the trainers. Now let's go use our surplus of berries. I actually did a bit of grinding for berries in the last session, so we get our numbers up. Just so I don't have to spend too much money on status healing items. Dragons are sacred Pokemon. They're full of life energy. If you're not serious, you won't be able to beat them. Yeah, because dragon types have so few weaknesses, depending on how you built your team, they can be a good test of how you know and understand and how to use your Pokemon in battle. Jeez. I'd rather you not do that, game. Very good. And we'll use Jellian for this one. Doesn't really have anything to do with the game right now, but I'm quite happy with how I've designed the team layout you can see on the left side of the screen. Guess I did something similar with my leaf green team, and I like the way that the whole composition is. Definitely say I built a very good team for this game. And they're gonna serve me well, even into the later stages of Gold here. Let's go heal up once more, and then we'll be ready to take on the leader. Hello, Gartu. Welcome to my second attempt at taking on the Blackthorn Gym. Alright, let's heal everyone up so that we are good for this battle. Things are gonna get tough here. Alright, let's do this. I am Claire. I'm the world's best Dragon Master. I can hold my own against even the Pokemon League's Elite Four. Do you still want to take me on? Fine, let's do it. As a trainer, I'll use my power against any opponent. Time to face the Dame of Dragons. Claire is the final gym leader of the Johto region, and she's definitely earned her right to be so, because she is a challenging opponent. I highly recommend having an Ice type or any Pokemon with Ice type moves at the start of this fight. Because Claire will lead off with not one, but 3 Dragonair, and they've all got some interesting movesets that can be tricky to deal with. Luckily, Jillian was able to avoid that Thunder Wave, and we take down the first Dragonair. Alright, this is our second one. This should be the one with Thunderbolt, which will do quite a bit of damage to Jillian, but she's bulky enough to take a couple of those hits. Wow, we managed to evade 2 Thunder Waves in a row. That is awesome. Well done, Jillian. We are just destroying these Dragonair. And here comes the last one, which I believe is the Ice Beam Dragonair. I'm actually really happy with how things are going so far, because in my first attempt at this gym, Jillian actually got KO'd by one of the Dragonair because she was having such bad luck hitting it. But we should be good here. One more Icy Wind to take out this Dragonair. And we're good. Might actually keep Jillian in for this one to try and slow down Claire's final Pokemon. Because she's got Kingdra, the final form of the Horsey family. As a Water Dragon type, it only has one weakness in this game, which is Dragon. Meaning that you're not gonna really rely on super effective attacks against this thing. I definitely think that Claire's battle really tests your ability to use your Pokemon effectively, because this thing just has such a great stats all around, as a very strong moveset, that you really need to use your Pokemon to their best abilities, with their typing and their moves, in order to get the best out of this. Alright, we slowed her down quite a bit. Let's go for a Sludge Bomb to try and poison. Luckily, because of Hyper Beam, she gave us a free turn to set up. Oh, we actually got the poison! That is so good! Alright, now we're gonna switch to Kale. And Kale's gonna basically soak up some hits against this Kingdra, and hopefully just wear it down. Alright, let's go for the Razor Leaf. And that's it! That actually went way better than the last battle. Jillian gets to level 40. She definitely earned it. Whew, that went really well. I lost? I don't believe it! There must be some mistake! I won't admit this. I may have lost, but you're still not ready for the Pokemon League. I know, you should take the Dragon User Challenge. Behind this gym is a place called Dragon's Den. Go and bring me the Dragon Fang from deep inside the den. That's the test to be accepted as a true Dragon User. If you can do that, I will accept you as a worthy trainer. Until then, I won't give you a badge. Man, and I thought Whitney was a sore loser. So yep, we are not going to get that badge until we fulfill Claire's request. It's kind of annoying, but there's not much we can do. Just really glad with how that battle turned out. It was much better than the last attempt I made. I just hope my internet connection can hold out better than it did a while ago. Man, you guys were awesome. Now, in order to get through the Dragon's Den, we need a Pokemon that can use Whirlpool. And I am not teaching any of my Pokemon that attack. So I prepared another Pokemon in order to use this move for us. Welcome back to the team, Poliwag. We'll give Ruby a bit of a break. She's had a lot of action in the last few parts. Well, with Team Rocket, so she's definitely earned a bit of a break. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the rest of the team for the journey ahead. Actually, I don't think Ampharos can learn Ice Beam. And even if it could, I am unable to use Ice Beam in this game because it's not a TM. But Ampharos is definitely a good Pokemon to use against Claire's Kingdra because its electric attacks deal neutral damage. So it's still very good. And it's also very bulky, so... Since Claire the Dragon Master's allowed it, you may enter. Until we beat Claire, we are incapable of accessing this area. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Is this actually one of the few areas where you can catch your own Dragon-type Pokemon? More specifically, Dratini. I was actually considering Dratini for my team at some point. Don't really know what made me decide not to. This area actually isn't that big. It's got a few trainers, but it's not too bad. Wow, speak of the devil. Unfortunately, they're very low level, but this is your chance to catch a Dratini without grinding for coins at the game corner. I do highly recommend Dratini, though, because its final form is very powerful, one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. We also got Magikarp here. We all know that Magikarp eventually become very good. But you also have a lot of opportunities to catch them before here, so... could have sworn there were trainers here. Maybe they were only in Crystal? Shit, my connections. Looks like my connection's bad again. Come on. Come on, what is with my network right now? Okay. Okay, it looks like everything's good now. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more to the Dragon's Den in the remakes. They do a lot more here, which actually does help with the lore building of the Johto region, I definitely feel, but in this game, it's just a very basic cave with very little going on here. So we're almost at the end here. Alright, take care, Guard 2. Dragon Fang, the dragon equivalent of items like charcoal and miracle seed. Alright, I recognize your true power. This badge is yours. Rising badge will enable your Pokemon to use the move for climbing waterfalls. Also, all Pokemon will recognize you as a trainer and obey your every command without question. I also want you to have this TM. Come on, what is with my connection right now? Okay, I have an idea on what could be going on, but I can't really change that right now. So apparently I'm streaming on a server that I probably shouldn't be streaming from. Oh, whatever, I'll just have to deal with this for now. That contains dragon breath. No, it doesn't have anything to do with my breath. If you don't want it, you don't have to take it. So, you collected all the badges. Your destination is the Pokemon League at Indigo Plateau. Do you know how to get there? From here, go to Newbark Town. Then, surf east. The route there is very tough. Don't you dare lose the Pokemon League. If you do, I'll feel even worse about having lost to you. Fine. So that comment about her breath is a joke that only makes sense in the Japanese version. With that, we're pretty much done here. It's time to get out of this cave. It's a very short trip, man. Punch that fish, Pompey! Yeah, with that, we have finally obtained all of the gym badges, which is very good for us. So we can now go and challenge the Pokemon League whenever we want. And while I'm probably not going to challenge the Pokemon League in this stream, I definitely want to try and make my way to the Pokemon League building right now. Just with how I plan things out, I do plan on going to some areas we haven't really explored yet in the Johto region and kind of clear that up. But I want to go take on the areas leading to the Pokemon League just for what I have planned in the future. There's something here for you. Could you swing by my lab? See you later. I wonder what Professor Elm wants. There's only one way to find out. No, Halberd, you fly. Hey, Mom. How's it going, Professor? Hi, Hayden. Thanks to you, my research is going great. Take this as a token of my appreciation. So by beating Claire and getting the Rising Badge, we finally get the Master Ball. This item has a 100% catch rate. Any Pokemon you use it on will be caught. As long as they're wild. I'll call you if anything comes up. And with that, we're pretty much done with what Professor Elm needs. Really wish my connection right now was better. See if I can do anything about that later. But yeah, now that we dealt with Claire, there's quite a few areas we can now explore in the Johto region, but I primarily want to head on the path to Victory Road right now. So it's time we take the pathway to Kanto. So before we go any farther, I want to heal up my Pokemon because we've been a bit... So we've done a bit since the cave. Also, I'm pretty sure that nobody on my team can learn Dragon Breath right now. Very sad, but what can we do? I guess I can check just to make sure. Should be farther down here. Yeah, Dragon Breath. It's TM24, which I think is normally Thunderbolt. And nobody can learn it. Too bad. Alright, so it's time to take the path east of New Bark Town over to the Kanto region. We did go over this way quite early into our adventure, but we couldn't progress any farther because we lacked the current equipment to move ahead. But now that we have Waterfall and that we have defeated Claire, we can finally progress. So this area is called Tojo Falls. It's the area that's like directly between the Johto and Kanto regions. By using Waterfall, we're finally able to go over the falls. Hello, Goldeen. And now we're over on this side. Where are you off to with your Pokemon? Pokemon League? Are your Pokemon loyal enough for you to win? Let me see. Ah, your Pokemon trusts you very much. Nice to see a good trainer. Here, a gift for your journey. So this woman gives you TM37. This contains the move Sandstorm. It's a move that inflicts damage on both battlers. However, Sandstorm is actually a lot more complex than that. So Sandstorm is a weather condition that will damage all Pokemon in battle unless they are Rock, Steel, or Ground types. It also gives Rock-type Pokemon a boost to their special defense, making them more bulky. It is a pretty cool move and definitely has its uses. In this generation, it's not as helpful. All because of the lack of abilities in this generation. Because abilities that work well with Sandstorm are definitely something that were very welcome in order to give this move a lot more utility. Ooh, what do we got here? Venusaur, the final form of the Bulbasaur family. It may look like a big frog, but Venusaur is a very strong special attacker. That we've beaten Megan. Yeah. Our journey through these Kanto routes are going to be filled with trainers with a wide diversity of Pokemon. Thanks for buying me another doll, Mom. I really appreciate it. Those moments when your mother just impulse buys something they think you'll like. I definitely had those moments. But it's fine. See what you got, bro. You are Blake. Ah, my favorite Ruby character. And you've got Magneton. Magneton is the final form of the Magnemite family, and they are very good. I want to go with Pompeii here. These guys have very high special attack and physical defense, and because of their electric steel typing, they have a lot of resistances. They're one of the best defensive Pokemon you can get. Along with being just great special attackers, I highly recommend them. Good work, Pompeii. Now we're dealing with a Quagsire. So let's go with Kale here. Quagsire is Water Ground in the final form of Wooper. Pokemon I definitely considered using in this playthrough. Would have been good, but I just couldn't resist the allure of Tentacruel. And besides, I already have a Ground-type Pokemon, even though she's chilling in the box right now. And now we got Execute. Let's go with Halberd. I believe we've seen these guys before, but Execute are Grass Psychic-type Pokemon that evolve into a very strong attacker. It also learns quite a few status moves and can definitely be very helpful. Ooh, like that, Sleep Powder. Yeah. Not too worried about it doing too much damage to Halberds. Let's try to get out of the... Oh. It's taking in sunlight. That means it is attempting to use Solar Beam. But Halberd woke up very quickly. I guess his ability's early bird. Good work. And now he's trying to learn Drill Peck. That is definitely going on his moveset. Drill Peck is a very strong flying type attack. I'll definitely replace Peck with that. It also used to be one of the signature moves of the Fearow line, but a lot more bird Pokemon are able to use it. Yeah, look at that, 80 base power. It's even stronger than Fly, so it's definitely a great move to have on Fearow. What do you got, buddy? You're good, aren't you? I don't mean to brag, but I did have a particularly good battle against Claire. Brian. Come on, connection, stop being like this. Please have a steady stream. It's weird, it wasn't like this the last couple of days. Alright, things are steady now. Now wait, Brian just had a Sand Slash. Was no trouble for Kale at all. What do you got for me, buddy? Don't say a thing! Let me guess what you're thinking. I got it! You're on the Pokemon League challenge! So apparently this guy thinks he's a psychic. Oh, he is a psychic. Okay. And Gilbert here's got Starmie. We've faced a few of these guys before, but they are very powerful special attackers. They're also very fast. We got another Execute. Let's go with Pompeii. Time to fry us some eggs. Although, technically they're based on coconuts. Even though they look like eggs. Whatever. We got Girafarig. It's been a while since we've seen Girafarig. I don't really have any Pokemon that'll deal super effective damage, so let's just keep Pompeii in here. Took that very well, Pompeii. You're too much! I hope so, because I got the Pokemon League in my sights. I believe if we surf down here... Yeah, there's another whirlpool. So this path is optional, you don't need to go over here. But seeing as how I have someone with whirlpool, I might as well take advantage of it. Let's let Jean get some experience. Because we haven't used her in a while. here we get TM22. Now, if I remember correctly, this is probably Solar Beam. Yup. Solar Beam is a very strong grass-type attack. One of the strongest in the game. It's a shame Pompeii can't learn it. I think he's able to in later games, but that'd be very good. So Solar Beam is unique in that it takes 2 turns in order to use. First turn is used to charge it, and then the second attack is to unleashes the damage. With the right setup, it can be very good, because using attacks like Sunny Day can help to make it a much more effective attack. Hello there, Farfetch'd. It's been a while since I've seen you. Really wish you were better, / had an evolution. Tweet! Birdkeepers like me mimic bird whistles to command Pokemon. I don't know if this guy is worth getting his number for. Really? The Whirlpool came back immediately? Whatever. What do you got? You shouldn't underestimate the wild Pokemon in these parts. That is something I'll definitely give this area, is that there's a lot of Pokemon on these routes that we wouldn't normally encounter anywhere else in the Johto region. So that I'll definitely give. So, Starmie with actually good moves. Oh no. Luckily, Jean can handle these attacks. And we take you down. Now you got Nidoqueen. Let's go for Jelly in here. Nidoqueen is the final form of the female Nidoran. It is a very defensive Pokemon with high HP, defense, and special defense, but its offensive stats and speed are no slouch either. Nidoqueen is also capable of learning a lot of different attacks, making it a very effective team member that can fit pretty much any role you want. If you want it to be a tank, if you want it to be an attacker, definitely go for it. Got another Starmie here. So that's another battle done. Gonna quickly see what's over in this grass over here. Huh, nothing apparently. Okay. But we will want to remember that for later. I'm feeling great today. Feel like I could boot even the league champ. Well, that is going to be quite a feat, considering your stature. Scott. He's got Quillfish. Just so derpy. It's a derpy little fish, but I love it. It's also got a Sea King. Not bad. Again, we're starting to see a lot more evolved Pokemon on normal trainers now, which will definitely give us some more experience. Very welcome. another Quillfish. So I never did try to catch Quillfish in the whenever Ralph tried to call me. I just didn't feel it was necessary. Especially when I already got a great water poison type. Ponyta! So Ponyta is definitely one of my favorite fire-type Pokemon. Has high offensive stats, very high speed, as you would expect from a horse. It's a shame you encounter it this later on in the game. Although I guess it's not too late, considering what's coming up eventually. But I do really like Ponyta, and I think it's a very good Pokemon. If you want a fire-type for your team, you could definitely see Ponyta being helpful. And what do you got, buddy? Look at all those badges! I'm impressed! But you're not satisfied with just collecting them, right? Nah, it's much more fun to win them. Psychic Richard, he has an Espeon. It's been a while since we've seen Espeon. And I can see this thing being a bit challenging. It's a very fast special attacker. Or you could use Swift. That's fine too, I guess. Alright. Yeah, I guess that was a good battle. I'll keep that in mind, sir. Just want to see what's over there before we head down this path. Because there's quite a bit to explore with these routes. This is a good place to go to because talk to this woman and she'll heal your Pokemon whenever you want. This also makes this area a good grinding spot. Since the wild Pokemon in this area are in the level 30s, you can definitely get some good experience here. And meanwhile, we got Joyce here. She's got a Pikachu. It's been a while since we've seen Pikachu, actually. Meanwhile, gonna have a repeat of the anime by having my Magmar totally dominate you. Very nice. Now he's trying to learn Flamethrower. Oh, yes, I've been waiting for this move. Flamethrower is 95 base power special fire type attack. You definitely want this on your fire Pokemon. It's one of the best attacks in the game. Now we got Blastoise. Let's go for Kale here. Blastoise is the final form of Squirtle. This Pokemon's got fantastic defensive stats and pretty good offensive stats at the expense of low speed. It's a very tanky Pokemon, able to take a lot of damage and also dish out some good damage in return. It's a very solid starter Pokemon, and if this was a game where you could actually get Squirtle in, I would highly recommend it as a water type. It's very good. Thank you for that battle, Joyce. It was very interesting. So happy Pompey's got Flamethrower now. It's also good because I don't think many Pokemon learn Flamethrower by level up. So again, I'm very happy I got a Magmar in this playthrough. get from this tree? An ice berry. That'll help for dealing with burns. Now that that battle's taken care of, let's head down this way. Hello, Doduo. It's been a while since we've seen this Pokemon. It's a normal flying type, just like Fearow. And it's definitely a very good Pokemon with high attack power and high speed. I would actually highly recommend using Doduo, but by this point of the game, you're probably either using Fearow or Pidgeys, so I don't know. You can also get Sandslash here. If this was Silver, you could also find Arbok here, because Arbok and Sandslash are version counterparts. I don't really understand why, but whatever. I did use a Sandslash during my Leaf Green playthrough, and you can definitely tell that it's very effective. To my brothers and sisters, we take pride in serving Pokemon trainers. When trainers talk to you, give them something useful. Love, Monica. Just saying, recent years have given this name an unfortunate reputation. Monday, Monica, Route 40. Tuesday, Tuscany, Route 29. Wednesday, Wesley, Lake of Rage. Thursday, Arthur, Route 36. Friday, Frida, Route 32. Saturday, Santos, Blackthorn City. And Sunday, Sunny, Route 37. So this is the home of some NPCs that will give you a couple type boosting items. A whole bunch of Snubbull have shown up around Route 38. Aw, that is cool. I wish that happened earlier, because Snubbull's a very good Pokemon. Would have definitely liked to get a Snubbull Horde. But yeah, this is the home of the various NPCs that can be encountered to give you various held items that boost your Pokemon's attack power. They can only be encountered on set days, and that journal is basically there to tell you when you can find these particular trainers. In fact, let me go into my Pokegear since it's Tuesday. Oh, that's right. We only got the Kanto map right now. We can't access the Johto one. Oh well. But yeah, we could go find Tuscany and get his item. I believe the item he gives you is a Twisted Spoon. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, it's time to move forward. Hello there. By experiencing tough battles, you gain power. Yeah. Overcoming hardships is definitely the way we improve ourselves. Gavin. It's got a Victory Bell, the final form of the Bellsprout family. It's definitely a good attacker. Has a lot of good status moves that can be used in battle. I used a Victory Bell during my Leaf Green stream, and can highly recommend it. Although it's tricky to get a Victory Bell in this game. Kingler. And Kingler is the final form of Krabby. It's a very powerful physical attacker, but unfortunately water-type attacks are all special in this game. So you're not really going to be using it for stab damage. Still, it's a very good Pokemon with very high attack. And then we have Flareon, the Fire-type evolution. Like Like, I know Flareon has a lot of downsides to it, but it's still my personal favorite just because it's so cute. God, life's even tougher! Yup. Still put up a good fight, buddy. And your phone number? I don't see any reason to get Gavin's number. Again, you can look up online which trainers you'll want to register to get the swarm encounters. It's not really necessary for me. Hello there. I'm making my final preparations for the Pokémon League. Alright, show me what you got, buddy. So we got Jake here. Unfortunately, he's not a dog, but he's got Parasect. That's a very cool Parasect sprite. So Parasect is the final form of Paras. And it just goes down very easily because it is a bug grass type. It's got a lot of weaknesses. And then we have Golduck here, the final form of Psyduck. It's a pure water type, which has the novelty of naturally learning some psychic attacks. Its stats are pretty average, but it's still one of my favorite water types because I love its design. Let's take you out with a Razor Leaf. Very good. Kale gains another level. Now he's learning Light Screen. The question is, do I want to forget Reflect for Light Screen? Considering what we're going to be facing in the... considering what is ahead at the Pokemon League, I could see this being useful for either. I might actually teach him on Light Screen. I believe you can buy as many of these TMs for these moves as you want, so it's not too bad. And with that, Kale gets another level up. And right there's the entrance to Victory Road. Ooh, Max Elixir. I want that. Gimme, gimme! Alright, let's see what items we can remove. Oh yeah, the Dragon Fang, we got that, didn't we? We don't really have any use for that, but I don't want to get rid of it. I did withdraw these items for use against Claire, but I don't really need them. I'll get rid of my X-Defend. I don't need them. Meanwhile, Max Elixir is a very good item to get. So the Max Elixir will fully restore the power points of every attack that your Pokemon knows. It is a very good item to have. And now let's go fight this woman. I lost to a trainer named Silver. He was really strong, bud. It was as if he absolutely had to win at any cost. I felt sorry for his Pokemon. Looks like Silver's ahead of us once again. Always 2 steps ahead of us. See what you got, Beth. Rapidash, the final form of Ponyta. It's also a few levels lower than what you should be, buddy. I guess using agility when your opponent's also a speedy Pokemon is helpful, but not in this circumstance. So Halberd gets another level there. Come on, can we not do this right now? Okay, looks like things are getting steady. Pokemon aren't tools of war. You got that right. Hang on just a second. Alright, there we go. Alright, looks like everything's stable right now. Which is good, because it's time to enter Victory Road. Only trainers who have proven themselves may pass. Oh, the 8 badges of Johto! Please, go right ahead, sir. There's actually a few branching paths here. This path leads deeper into Kanto, but we are incapable of progressing any farther that way. And this leads to a very special area that we're going to see very close to the end of our journey. But for now, time to enter Victory Road. For many people, this is the final challenge of their adventure before the Pokemon League. However, there's still a lot of stuff that we have to see before we can truly call our adventure over. Hello there, Golbat. Pokemon here are pretty high leveled. I would have liked them if they were a bit stronger, like in the later 30s to early 40s, just to give us some better experience yields. But whatever. There's a few Pokemon here that we have seen before, but there's also some new encounters that we can get in this area. That could be worth your time if you want some strong Pokemon before going up against the Pokemon League. Although I don't know why you wouldn't have a full team of 6 by this point in the game, unless you were really waiting a while to get certain Pokemon. So the layout of Victory Road in this game is actually very similar to the layout from the original Red and Blue. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they completely changed the layout of the Victory Road to make it a lot more distinct, which I kind of really like. Come on, Jellian, you can handle this. Oh, come on. Don't let this Golbat deceive you. There we go. Another change from the original games is that this Victory Road has no trainers in it. There's nobody here to battle. Which can be kind of a letdown, I guess, but I don't know. Whoa, hello there! Ursaring is a very strong normal-type Pokemon. With very high attack power and all-around good stats all around, it can definitely serve as a great team member. It's very strong and can learn surprisingly a lot of different attacks. I can definitely recommend it. Although you can catch its pre-evolution Teddiursa much earlier on in the route south of Blackthorn. If this were silver, you would also be able to encounter Donphan in this area, which is a ground-type Pokemon and the version counterpart to Ursaring. Ursaring are only found in gold, Donphan are only found in silver. Of course, if you're playing Crystal, you can encounter both Donphan and Ursaring, which is very helpful. At some point, I even considered Donphan for the team until I realized, oh wait, you can't actually get Donphan in this game. Bummer. Hello, Graveler, I haven't seen you a dozen times. See, I don't really know what to say at this point. Like, without any trainer battles, this journey through Victory Road is going to be very generic, only having to deal with wild battles and with no trainers to speak of. It's not that challenging to get through. You will encounter a few tough Pokemon like the aforementioned Ursaring. The Golbats could give you a bit of trouble with Confuse Ray, but it's not too bad. I definitely say a lot of later games have better victory roads than this one, though. Even Generation 1, along with the trainer battles, also had the strength puzzles you had to solve in order to navigate this place. Meanwhile, this version is just very basic. Hello, Ursaring. Come on, give some experience to Jean. Speaking of Ursaring, I kind of like the fact that Ursaring keeps getting portrayed in the anime as this antagonistic force. Because as we all know, bears are terrifying creatures. And just seeing these massive bears that are able to use like elemental attacks and fire lasers from their mouths just makes them all the more terrifying. So you'll see a lot of episodes in the anime that feature the group running into wild Ursaring and them being a threat. And then of course there's Paul's Ursaring from the Diamond and Pearl series, which was definitely one of his more used Pokemon, and also one that gave a lot of trouble to Ash in the past. Like, during their full battle at Lake Acuity, that Ursaring took out 3 of Ash's Pokemon, including Pikachu, which just... dang. Yeah, I could definitely recommend using Ursaring just from its anime portrayals because of how antagonistic and powerful it's portrayed there. There's also another Pokemon we can encounter in this area that I'm kind of hoping we get to see, because it's one we couldn't encounter until this point. Jury's still out if we're actually gonna find it, though. Alright, let's test out our flamethrower. Ah, that's so good. It's gonna be not very effective against Graveler, but I'm hoping... Nah, not enough. And of course they have self-destruct. Yeah, I am definitely not going to be using Pompeii against those guys. Damage is way too close for comfort. Hello there! 35, that's a pretty good level. So this is Rhyhorn. We did encounter one of these in a trainer battle previously, but I kinda wanted to go over Rhyhorn again. It is a ground rock type Pokemon with very high HP, attack, and defense. It's a very solid attacker as well as a very solid tank. Although it doesn't specialize in speed or its special stats, it's still a very good physical attacker and tank. So much in fact that, as you could probably guess at this point, I want to catch it. There we go, Rhyhorn was caught. It's at a very good level too, which I'm very happy for. Rhyhorn, the Spikes Pokemon. It's inept at turning because of its 4 short legs. It can only charge and run in one direction. Considering that you're a rock type, it's only fitting that we name you after a very powerful sounding stone. And I could think of no stronger stone than Garnet. I think it's time I finally address the Mamoswine in the rune. I decided to catch Rhyhorn right now because I am considering retiring Ruby from this playthrough. I know it is a very serious move to pull, especially considering that Ruby's been with us since the very first episode. She's been through so much and has been a tremendously helpful team member just whenever we get to use her in battle. But she is incapable of reaching her full potential in this playthrough. I am incapable of using trades, which means that she will never evolve into her final form. She's going to be stuck being a good Pokemon, but not a great Pokemon. Meanwhile, Rhyhorn has the ability to evolve to its final form, and its final form is very good. In fact, its stats are on par with Golem. And because of that, I just feel like it would be a good move to use Rhyhorn for the team. I'm not saying that Ruby hasn't been pulling her weight. Far from it. She has been in so many battles and has been an integral member of this team. And to think of this team without her would be very weird. But ultimately, this is the direction I wanted to take for this playthrough. Ruby has been an amazing Pokemon, and I will always think of her contributions. But for the sake of making our team more optimized, I still feel like the path we need to take is to use Garnet on this team. Speaking of which, we get ourselves a very good TM by taking this side path. TM26 is Earthquake, one of the best attacks in the entire series. It is a ground type move with 100 base power and is also capable of being learned by so many different types of Pokemon. It is an incredibly good move. In fact, I'm probably going to teach that to Garnet when I get the chance, just to give her some stronger moves. So I'll probably check Cerebi later to see what her moveset is in this game, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't learn Earthquake naturally until much later. Wonder if there's anything in this area. Use my item finder to check. Alright, nothing here. Maybe it was these stairs that I needed to get. Alright, what do we got here? A full restore, that's very helpful. Alright, with that, we should be all done with Victory Road. We've gathered all the items we needed. We managed to catch a very good Pokemon. So, let's go leave this place and get to the Pokemon League. Hello, Golbat. Come on, get out of our face. We have no need for a bat in our way. I don't know, maybe when I do Emerald, I'll use a Golbat on my team. Although, I am tempted to go for Swellow. Because I do like Swellow, too. Hello, Ursaring. Ah, very nice work, Pompey. Alright, it's time to leave the cave. Another encounter, okay. Like, go ahead and ruin my out, buddy. Come on, Halberd, take this out. Ooh, so close. Remember when Swift was Halberd's strongest attack? Those were the days. Hello there. Hold it. Are you going to take the Pokemon League challenge? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. I'm not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. Hayden, I challenge you. It's time once more to face our rival, Silver. His team has seen a significant upgrade since last time. He's leading off with his Sneasel. This thing is much stronger than it was before. Could give us a good fight. Or Halberd could take it out because it has very low defense. Okay. He's also battling with a full team this time. So yeah, he's pulling no punches right now. He's got his Magneton, which is a very solid attacker. Very good tank. Hopefully Pompey can take it out with Flamethrower. Come on. Oh, that is good. Good work, Pompey. Next up is Golbat. Let's go to Gene. In there. Of course, you get the flinch. It's alright, Gene. You're bulky enough to take these hits. See if Golbat can survive this. Nope, Gene's too powerful. Yeah! Now his next Pokemon's gonna be Haunter. Seen this thing before. Let's go to Halberd so we don't have to worry too much about its stab attacks. We're gonna go for Drill Peck here. Should handle Haunter's low HP and defense very well. Next we got Kadabra. We're gonna keep Halberd for this one too. So we all know what Kadabra does. It's a fast Psychic type Pokemon and has very low HP and defense. Goes down very easily. But what's not gonna go down without a fight is his final Pokemon, Typhlosion. My personal favorite of the Johto starters. Just looks so awesome, this big fire badger. Oh, I love it. Depending on your starter choices, he would also use either Meganium or Feraligatr. It's one of the strongest Pokemon we've encountered at this point, but Jellian doesn't care. Oh boy. So that was very good. I couldn't win. I gave it everything I had. What you possess and what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Master said to me. Good. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm gonna find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you, and I'll beat you down with all my power. Keep at it until then. It looks like we finally earned his respect. Let's see how long that lasts. But at long last, we finally reached the Pokemon League. Hello, welcome to our Pokemon Center. Thank you. You can buy quite a lot of good items here. Ultra Balls for if you want to catch some good Pokemon. Max Repels if you want to avoid battles. Hyper and Max Potions and full restores for healing. There's a lot of good options here. I'll definitely spend as much money as I can on these items when the time is right. Hello there. At the Pokemon League, you'll get tested by the Elite Four. You have to beat them all. If you lose, you have to start all over. So I'll definitely be doing that later. before we go forward. Poliwag, you've been very helpful to us. Thank you. Ruby, thank you. So let's go check out our new team member. Her moves aren't the best right now, but as you can see, she's got very solid stats. Hello, sir. What do you have to say? Ah, you're challenging the Elite Four. Are you sure you're ready? If you need to train some more, my Abra can help you. It can teleport you home. Would you like to go home now? I am not going to take you up on this offer. But yeah, when you're in the Kanto region, you cannot use Fly to go to any of the areas in the Johto region. At least in this game. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can use Fly, but in Gold and Silver and Crystal, you cannot. This man is here to give you a quick warp back to New Bark Town in case you need to do anything else in Johto. But for now, I want to train up my team so that we're all ready for the trials ahead. And I especially want to train up Garnet because I need to get her evolved very quickly. With that said, I think that is going to do it for today's session. It's been a roller coaster of emotions today. But hopefully things get a bit better. That's right. The reason I went to the PC was to get my experience share back. What is it, Wilton? My Goldeen's looking awesome. I wish I could show you. Almost caught Tangela the other day. Ah, so close too. Yeah, thanks, Wilton. Thanks for that. Alright, so I got some training to do to get my team prepared for the Pokemon League. So I think we are going to call it now. So next time on Pokemon Gold, we are going to tidy up all of our remaining loose ends in the Johto region. And then we're going to take on the Pokemon League at long last. Until next time, have a great day and take care.